Here we go. All right, welcome everyone to week 2 of our 90-day game plan. I'm Gina Gillen, and I have lots of other great people on the call with me that I'll introduce as we go along. We're hoping to keep it nice and tight to 10 to 15 minutes today, short and sweet and simple, so that we can get back to all of our actions that we're taking. So we hope everyone had a great week 2. I just wanted to review from our book that our week 2 goal was to think about an ultimate dream. Well, this is our upcoming ultimate dream and what you would do. If you haven't done this yet with your time and money, please, and you're willing to share, we would love to hear what your dreams are on our Facebook page so that we can cheer you on, and maybe someone else has a similar dream and you guys can work together to focus on that dream and share that. So if you don't want to share it on the Facebook page, at least pick one person to share it with, because as we know, when you share things, they have a more likely chance of actually happening. So definitely do that. Today we are going to cover just a couple quick topics with you, and I'm going to have different people talk about them. So what I'm first going to do is turn it over to Tiffany Keller, who is going to talk about, that way, I don't know how they are on your screen, our IsaBody challenge and how to use that as a tool.
Okay, thanks, Gina. So IsaBody challenge. Hopefully everyone is aware of this, but if not, this is an awesome, awesome challenge that everyone deserves to be a part of, because this is not just about losing weight or doing it. A lot of it is just accountability. My husband and I enroll in IsaBody challenge 3 times a year, really just to hold ourselves accountable, because we have achieved, we're in maintenance, I should say. We're always looking to improve, but we're in maintenance. But it's great to hold us accountable, because when you enroll in the IsaBody challenge, you do submit your beginning pictures to the company. Don't worry, no one else has to see them. And then at the end of the 16 weeks, you submit your ending pictures. And I know for my husband and I, we do not want those ending pictures to look worse than the beginning pictures. So it really does help hold you accountable to make sure you're staying on track with your own health goals. And just for doing that and submitting a short little essay, and I'm going to be honest, I submit the same essay every single time. And, just save it on your computer. You can submit it every time. And it's a really short thing. Just for doing that procedure, that's completing the IsaBody challenge, you will get $200 worth of free products of your choosing. So why not just to get $200 worth of free product? And if for some reason you do go backwards in your health goals, they still reward you with that $200 worth of free product. As long as you submit those ending pictures and that ending essay, you still will get that. You'll also get a free t-shirt, you'll get a lot of other little fun things. The other thing that you can do for those of you that do really want to shoot for the moon and be able to really take your health to the next level, there are other great rewards along the way too. There's $1,000 rewards, $5,000 or $3,000 rewards. There's the grand prize of $25,000 in a cruise. So there's all kinds of wonderful things that you can earn. But it is just a wonderful challenge that just makes sense for all of us. Why not get $600 worth of free products every year for yourself? It just makes sense to do that. So what we're challenging everyone to do is to go into your back office, and you would go under incentives on your menu, and you'll see the IsaBody challenge. Choose the option to view the contest, and then you can see where you can easily submit your pictures and put in your stamp on them, or you can just hold up the old-fashioned paper, get the USA Today, hold up the paper. It's really self-explanatory. Do that. So if you're not already enrolled in the IsaBody challenge, we're challenging everyone to do that this week. And also enroll at least one other person. That is your challenge. And it can either be somebody on your existing team if you have a team, or if you have somebody that you're talking with. This is a great way to incent someone to get started with Isagenix as well. You can say, hey, for getting started and participating and going for your goals, you can earn $200 worth of free product. It's definitely a no-brainer. So it's a great way to incent people to get started as well. So you and at least one other person, we would love for you, or we actually challenge you to get into the IsaBody challenge this week.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. And, make a note of that on the personal development page once you do that, so we can celebrate that and we can remind others that may have not done it yet that they should be getting on that as well. Awesome. Next, we're going to have Lisa Maciel talk a little bit about launch parties. She touched on it last week and challenged everyone to set one up, but she wanted to have some more information to share as well. Lisa?
Yep, and just to add on to what Tiffany said too, for those, and you may have mentioned it, but I got a little distracted by someone walking in the background. If for those of you that are on Isoderby team, that you get extra points if you are enrolled in the Isobody Challenge. So definitely keep that in mind. Another reason to do Isobody Challenge. I mean, the $200 should be enough incentive, but it just kind of helps the rest of your team members if you're also enrolled in that, if you're on an Isoderby team. So I just want to add that. Last week I mentioned about next week, so the week of the 14th being a launch party week. In your calendars, whether you printed out yours from online or you have the actual book, of course, whenever you want to find it, you can. I forget what page it's on right now, but actually I found it. So page 75 of the ones that, actually the calendar version, for those that have the booklet from Celebration, I don't know offhand what page it is for those that printed it out, but it's basically the pages that have the calendar. So if you just go to basically that week 3, the week of the 13th, well, technically it's the 14th, so it's the pink week, their innovation, and it does mention down there that it is a launch party week. And I did mention last week that sometimes they have a tendency to throw out some incentives, but as of today, there is no incentive, so it's not like we should be holding people over if they are interested. I am planning a launch party for the Wednesday the 16th, because I want to call it a wellness Wednesday, basically. So don't be intimidated by it being a launch party. Some of you have already been in the business a while now, and calling it launch party, some people just aren't comfortable with it. So you can call it whatever you want. Some people call them Happy Healthy Hour, Wellness Wednesday, whatever you want to call it is fine. So I am scheduling mine for the 16th. I haven't made any posts about it yet. Most likely we'll do it over the weekend. I tend to do it not too far in advance because I don't want people saying, oh, I'm going to come to your next event in 2 weeks, So that's why I haven't posted anything yet. So most likely I'll post something over the weekend. For those of you that have never done something like that, if you signed up, like we initially, in our very first call, we mentioned to sign up. Gina was holding her little sheet that said to register for 90daygp.com. Was that it, I think? And so when you register, corporate sends us emails, and if you did register, you should have received an email yesterday that did go over the launch party. So what you should do, it's less than 7 minutes. It's like 6.5 minutes. It kind of is a refresher, a video on how to do a launch party. Really simple, honestly, keeping it to an hour. They don't have to, if you advertise it as an event from 7 to 10 at night, people don't have time these days. So short, just like these calls, short, simple, to the point, Also, I can scan a copy of this, but for those that do have the launch party kit, it does give in a little agenda that you can actually follow, a checklist. Perfect. You can just follow that guideline to walk you through it. So, and let the tools do the job for you. The tools are the presentation. So by showing, for instance, the new Why Isagenix video, that is the presentation. You don't have to think, how am I going to prepare? What am I going to say? You just welcome your guests. Again, I'll post that checklist, but you just basically follow the checklist, show the video, which is the tool, then maybe get some testimonials from obviously yourself. And then if you get some local team members that might be in the area to come and share the testimonials, compliant, and then just really go over questions, have enrollment forms there, sample some things if you want. It talks about sampling as well. One thing it does say on the sheet that I don't do, I do not sample shakes. I only keep them to like bars, fiber snacks, bars, maybe some isolites, but I don't sample the shakes. But anyway, just wanted to let you know to check out that video if you haven't already. Try to schedule. It can be last minute, obviously, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing 2-3 weeks from now anyway, but they know what they're doing next Wednesday night, for instance. So schedule a date and just go for it. And it's okay if one person shows up or nobody shows up. Someone once said at, I don't know if it's Celebration, we heard this, that they actually have had secret launch parties. You know what secret launch parties are? When no one shows up because they didn't know about it. Well, they say no one knew about it, but it's really no one showed up. I've had secret ones. I don't know if anybody else here has had a secret launch party. Yep, see? It's okay if one person comes, if nobody comes, if 20 people come. So don't feel bad if you don't get a big turnout. That's okay. So we've all been there. It's a nice learning experience. So just we'll post more information on the launch party on our 90-day Facebook page. So I just wanted to throw that out, that next week is launch party week. So anyone have one scheduled? Oh, it's going to schedule one. Okay. Excellent. Oh, very good. Yay. Okay. That's all.
You're muted, Gina.
You're muted.
Thank you. The next topic that we have to talk about is our Healthy Happy People website, which has been an amazing prospecting website. One thing I'm noticing is getting a ton of people out there and sharing information. So it is fabulous, and we're going to have Kelly give us a quick update on that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's an amazing tool. I'm loving that it's just getting the word out there, and it's making all of our lives easier. So the biggest thing is for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're brand new, if you're seasoned veteran, everybody needs to post. The idea of this page is to just flood it with information. We want to welcome each person, in a separate post, but we don't want it to just be welcomes either. So if you're welcoming, especially, don't welcome 10 people at a time and then not add any content. Add anything, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, honestly, you can keep adding the same thing because there's always going to be new people there. So like I try to post healthy recipes, transformations, just make sure they're compliant. Any product information, go to Isagenix Health, ISA FYI. We're not recreating the wheel here. We want to get the information out to them, and like I said, like ISA Body Challenge, I post about that every week. Just anything that, that has helped you with the business, or just the products, but anything that's helped you, anything that, you think products, users, prospects will find valuable, just post all that. That's what it's all about. We're having amazing success. I actually spoke to one of my team members yesterday, and she said that she had a friend that got started, and her wife was going to wait a couple months to get started, but she plugged them into the page, and she got so excited that they both signed up. So, it's definitely working. So.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. And one thing to keep in mind is a lot of the people that started this concept, their pages have been active for 3-4 years. So we've been active for 2-3 weeks. So it is the beginning stages. People are learning.
Right.
But those of us who are active just need to model the right way and encourage each other and nicely correct each other. But that's a great reminder about posting.
Can I add something to that?
That sheet you can track.
Yes.
Tiffany created as well. The awesome tool to track your. Yep.
Yeah.
That you can find on ISA for Well.
Now, I found, and I know you guys have been more involved, but I found that the 3 best steps are to watch the video of kind of the concept of what we're working with, then print off the checklist that also was created by Tiffany. They're all on our ISA for Wealth page. You might have to search for them. So the checklist is great to have. I actually usually just have it open on Word in my computer so I can copy and paste the videos, which is great, and then the checklist for tracking. So anyone, if you haven't done those 3 things, make sure you're doing them. And if you have someone on your team that's interested in getting involved with the website, make sure they're doing those things first, because if not, you're untraining to retrain, and it's very challenging. So if they do it correctly, the people they bring on are going to do it correctly, and so forth and so on. So we're trying to undo some of what's already been done frantically, But I think the more it's done correctly, people will kind of get it. So
Can I
that's,
just add something to what Kelly was saying about posting? Because I don't know if everyone truly gets what the importance of posting. It's not just about flooding our information to everybody that's out there. It's about, this is part of your prospecting tool. So I want you to think of it like a store. So if you had a brick and mortar store, you know, you invite somebody in, you bring them in, you show them around, everything. Every time you put a welcome message in there, there's people in your store, but they leave. They go back and they leave the store. But every time you post, you personally post, it's like bringing all those people back in that you put in that store in with you every time, because the only time that unless they actually physically go to the page, which, let's face it, most of them don't, the only time that they're going to see anything is when you post, because they're friends with you and they're members of the page. So that shows up in their newsfeed. So that's how you're bringing them back in. That's how you are following up. I mean, everybody gets scared of the word follow-up. That's follow-up. Is you posting is follow-up. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that that's how you're getting people to come back to the page.
right.
So.
Excellent. All right. Welcome, Robin. Hello. So just before we wrap up, I want to just hear victories from everyone. So not a week in review. We're not looking for everything you did with your business this week, but maybe one or two highlights for this week. And then the second little tidbit, if you can add in, you've been adding people to Healthy Happy People, and if so, how many? So I'll just start myself. I've added 4 people in. I've been following them, tracking them. I try to space them out for myself just because I want to make sure I'm following up with each one individually. I've asked other people if they want to join, so I intend to be adding more very soon. So I've been loving that. And I've been working with people on my team, trying to train them on the tool before I just add them to the site. So that's taken a little bit of time to get people to really understand that. So those are my 2 big things. I've definitely been focusing on prospecting. So why don't we jump on the people that are on the phone first for a little change of pace. So Andrea, would you like to share?
Hello. I've been adding people and following up with people too. And I actually, I helped one of my team members enroll one person, and she's going to enroll her husband too, so that she can take advantage of the double PIB and the custom pack and the extra $25 and all that, and what her commissions will actually pay for her husband's enrollment.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. Congrats. And Jillian, we have you on the line too. What would you like to share?
Yes. So I had set a goal again, this is kind of new for me, and I wanted to up my prospecting, and I got 4 no's this week, which is actually something I'm celebrating because it's 4 more no's than I've received in the past. You know, I'm actually in the game, and previously I would have stopped. Honestly, I would have, this isn't working, but I'm still here, and I'm still in it, and I'm going to aim for 4 more no's in the next week. So, I'm happy about that, actually.
Good for you. That means you're asking. Exactly.
I'm doing it.
Right.
I'm doing it. Yep. I'm in it.
I look forward to
Each no is one step closer to a yes.
That's right.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Robin, what would you like to share?
Well, the podcast from Chris Harder kind of rejuvenated my, spirit. But anyway, I really like the way he talked about the pyramid scheme, because I don't get that often, but other people that I'm training seem to bring it up, and I like the way he handled that. And then the other thing he said was to listen more and talk about what your prospect wants to hear rather than what you want to share with them. That hit home. And I have been helping and reaching out to team members to tell them about the Healthy Happy People page and that whole process, and listen to the global executives to get them on board with that. So I guess basically I'm working more with my team than reaching out to people.
Yeah,
Not
awesome.
intentionally not reaching out, but my intention is more with them.
Right, and you have an intent, like a reason to connect with them, which is awesome too. So
Yeah.
that's great. Becca, what do you have for us?
I
have added 2 people to the HHP page, so a little bit short of my goal, but 2 more than 0. The one person enrolled this week, actually it was a referral from one of my friends, Tracy, so I created a new pirate on my team, which is good. So that's one pirate closer to my ultimate goal of executive by the end of November or sooner. And I am reading The Magic, and I have been consistent with actually getting up and doing that every single morning. It's cut into my workout schedule a little bit. Had to shave off my workout time to make time for gratitude. So, because I refuse to get up any earlier than 4. I have my limits.
True, but that's awesome. Good for you.
I'm writing my goals down every single day and really focusing on creating those daily habits in the morning, which has definitely helped with my, attitude throughout the day.
Woo-hoo.
And I have not gotten fired from my other job because I'm doing so much ISA during the day when I should be doing the other job. So that's good.
That's an accomplishment. That's victory.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. All right. Tiff, you want to share? I know you're muted.
Okay, sure. So this week, since last Friday, I've added 12 people to the page. And I have had 2 phone conversations where we set another appointment because they just wanted a little bit more time, but for this week. And also had 2 online conversations, one wanting a little bit more time and one saying no, which was fine. And that is it. And I, just like that guy, I've been writing down my daily goals every morning, which has been awesome. Like I've always heard about doing that before, never did it before, and I'm finally committed to it, and I'm doing it this week, and I'm really enjoying it. So like that.
Nice. I love it. Kelly, you're muted too, so what you got?
Well, I'm going to start writing things down. I haven't done any of that yet, but that's my plan after this. I think I added 4 people to the group, but mainly I've been working with my team who they're adding people and it's working for them, and that's where I've been focusing. So I'm going to get my own crap together this week, and I'll have an official report next week.
Good. I'm glad you're getting your crap together. That's good. All right, Lisa, you're muted too. Do you want to give us? There you go.
Yep. So this past week, since it's been the first kind of full week of school, well, aside from Monday, my challenge was getting more organized for myself because I was all over the place with different things, with all the different incentives and challenges. So just getting myself organized was a big focus for me this week. Only added 2 people to the page, but I'm 2 for 2 for enrollment, so that's good. Most of my conversations have been offline. Had 6 this week, so I'm about to be putting them in the page, but like others have said, I'm focusing on reaching out to my team to tell them about HHP and get them up to speed on the checklist and don't just add people, but like we said, we have to do it in the proper steps. So that's been my focus, to really get them up and going with doing that. So also being more intentional, catching up on some of the Lynette and Paul's Periscopes. I was catching up on some of that and getting more intentional about some of my Hootsuite posts and doing some of the things they suggested about adding tagline, like hashtag your name, things like that. Just kind of slowly starting incorporating those things because I felt like I had to do everything all at once after coming back from conference. So I'm slowly starting to add little bits here and there. So, but it was big. It was a big organizational week for me, which was good. So.
Okay. Awesome. And before we wrap up, just one last tip. I know we've mentioned ISA Derby a couple times on this call. If someone's listening in and you're not on an ISA Derby team, let us know. I know Tiffany and I are forming a team that has not been completed yet, but you can create a team of 6 people, of any 6 people, and there are rewards for being on a team that are important. So we can put 6 people together. That would be awesome. We have until the 20th to register teams. So think about it, and let's try to connect some people together this week if you're not on a team, because there's no reason not to be on one. So definitely keep that in the back of your mind. So I know we went a little over time. I apologize. We covered 3 topics today. We'll probably keep it down to 2 topics or less next time. A lot of great things going on. Congratulations to everyone. So without further ado, get back to work.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you,